Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about something that can feel, well, just incredibly overwhelming. We're talking about detox and withdrawal. We're going to dive into why it's so feared and, way more importantly, how it can be managed safely and, yes, effectively. So let's just imagine for a second. You've hit that point, that moment where you know deep down you're ready for help. It's a massive, courageous moment. But then what? What does that very next step actually look like? And let's be real, taking that first step is often the toughest part of the whole journey. I mean, there's so much fear, so much uncertainty wrapped up in it, and that is totally and completely understandable. A huge, huge piece of that fear really comes down to this one thing, what we'll call the withdrawal hurdle. For so many people, the thought of the physical and mental pain of withdrawal is the single biggest wall standing between them and getting treatment. You know, there's this really important idea called the window of opportunity. It's that critical moment, that flash of clarity when someone is truly willing to accept help. But the fear of going through a terrible withdrawal, it can cause that window to just slam shut before they can even make the call. And look, that fear isn't just in your head. It is absolutely based in reality. Trying to withdraw on your own isn't just painful, it can be incredibly dangerous. For substances like alcohol and benzodiazepines, we're talking about a serious risk of seizures or even a stroke. For others, the symptoms are so intense that it drives a person right back to using, which tragically puts them at a much higher risk of overdose. This is exactly why toughing it out alone is just not a safe option. But here's the turn, and this is probably the most important thing we're going to talk about today. There is a way through this. There is a path to get immediate medical relief. 1 hour. I want you to just let that sink in. With medically supervised detox, the relief from the worst withdrawal symptoms can start in as little as 1 hour. We're not talking about days of suffering. We're talking about help and comfort starting almost right away. And the process itself is designed to be as simple and stress-free as possible. It's not some big, intimidating thing. You just arrive. The very first thing you do is meet with a nurse to figure out your immediate needs. And then you can get medication right then and there to start feeling better. The absolute #1 priority is your safety and your comfort from the second you walk through that door. So what does this kind of care actually look like? Well, let's break down the two main ways to get medically supervised detox: outpatient and inpatient. This chart really lays out the biggest differences. On one hand, you have inpatient care. That means 24-hour confinement in a facility, totally cut off from your daily life. But now look at the other option. With an outpatient approach, you get all the medical care you need during the day, but you go home at night. You can keep up with your job, be with your family, and start using the new skills you're learning in your actual life right from day one. And of course, this is not a one-size-fits-all situation, not even close. The medical plan has to be carefully, specifically tailored to whatever substance a person has been using. And this is where the medical science is so critical. As you can see, there are specific, proven medications for different substances. For opiates, things like buprenorphine are used to ease cravings and symptoms without creating a high. For alcohol or benzos, medications like Valium can calm the nervous system and prevent those life-threatening seizures we mentioned earlier. It's all about using the right tool for the job to keep you safe. Okay, so beyond all the medicine and the different protocols, what truly matters is the human side of recovery. So let's hear what this journey actually feels like from people who have been there. This right here from Brandy, it really gets to the heart of everything. That feeling of being seen as a person, not just a label, not just an addict. That's what turns a medical treatment into a healing experience. That feeling of dignity is just so essential. And what JR says here really highlights that key benefit of outpatient care we saw before. By staying connected to your life, to your family, your support system becomes a real active part of your recovery. And honestly, that can make all the difference in the world. So, we've seen that the fear of withdrawal is real, but so is the immediate, compassionate medical help that's out there. Safe recovery is possible, and it's possible without having to press pause on your entire life. Which kind of brings us full circle, back to the beginning, with one last question to think about. What could your first step be?